To take that date metaphor one step further, perhaps what we're missing in the traditional model is taking the time to get to know our audience. I mean, really get to know them. We've been looking at demographics for a long time, but what if we started to delve into psychographics, which go beyond the most basic information to get at things like beliefs, behaviors, buying habits, family structures, aspirations, and more? If we have a current audience, how do we get to know them? Certainly, we could ask. If we were to do a survey or a series of targeted interviews, some questions we might explore include: the magazine or website that most suits my style is, if money were no object I'd buy my clothes at, the car that best suits my personality is, I usually check my email on my, and I came to the concert from. So what if we're building a new audience? Now it's time to use our imagination. We'll want to give this person a real name, an age, a gender, a profession, and then start to get a fuller picture of who they are. One way to do this is to create a visual collage, or even a Pinterest board. Grab photos out of magazines or online that remind you of that audience member you're looking to attract. You're going to get pretty specific here, but that's okay. Just because you've pinpointed one person to program for doesn't mean you won't attract others. It simply means your program will have focus. Once you have that collage together, create a short paragraph or a few bullet points describing your new audience member. Here's an example from one of my former students. Trevor Elliott is a 26-year-old young professional who works in finance at a large Chicago-based insurance company. He grew up in the Chicago suburbs in a very close nuclear family: mom, dad, and two sisters, one older and one younger. He went to school at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. He moved to Chicago when he finished school, and his parents helped to pay for his spacious, one-bedroom River North loft. He currently lives there with an English bulldog named Pumbaa, after the warthog from his favorite Disney movie, The Lion King. He now makes enough money to live comfortably on his own in what some might even consider a life of luxury. He enjoys shopping at designer stores and department stores, his favorites including Barney's and Marc by Marc Jacobs. He enjoys occasionally going out for nice meals and likes to think of himself as a bit of a foodie, but he doesn't go out all the time because he's constantly dieting. He goes to the gym at least a few times a week. He hates to drive, but he owns a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited for when he ventures into the suburbs to visit his family. He is currently dating someone exclusively, but he would not classify it as serious. He's a little afraid that he's going to end up raising a family in the suburbs like so many of his friends from high school, and what he really wants to do is stay in the city. He drinks Starbucks every day, and he doesn't go anywhere without his iPhone, which he now uses to pay for said Starbucks. He likes to portray himself as classy and sophisticated, but also as young and trendy, which for him means going gallery hopping as opposed to going to a museum, and going to a contemporary music concert at the MCA stage as opposed to heading to Symphony Center. And even though he may go to the galleries and to the MCA, he would honestly prefer to spend most of his evenings at home, cleaning, watching reality shows or a blockbuster film, and drinking a bottle of wine. So how many of us know a Trevor? And if we don't, we certainly have a clearer picture of who he is than if we had described him as male young professional, age 25 to 35. Now it's time to figure out what this information means to us as we craft an experience for him.